What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Destiny. Sitting here on our Sparrow, hiding away from all of the scumbuckets waiting to blast us away with their blue fireworks. The beta went offline for 2 days, but that didn't stop me from waiting into the wee hours of the morning to capture some gameplay before it was taken down for good. So we're going to Sparrow our way through the stairwells here and see if we can find some new areas. That's what we've been looking for, and I think that is what we are going to find in today's episode, passing through the refinery here of Old Russia. I'm going to be putting together a full Destiny beta review as things come back online and as I have a chance to explore more of it, and I'm going to try and get some dual comm stuff going up in here, but today our focus is only on these thralls waiting for us. Level 8 thralls? Okay. I really like this gun. I'm more a fan of automatic rifles. That's kind of my style. But this thing, like, it does significant damage. It's very accurate. And I don't know, I just feel like the controls in general, I'm able to be really, really precise. And perhaps it's a testament to the PS4 controller. I typically play my shooters on Xbox One. But man, this feels really good on PS4. And because of the extra content, because of the probably slightly better visuals, I'm tempted to play this thing, retail version, on PS4. That's where I got my Ghost Edition reserved for, is on PS4, so probably that is where I will start off. Though I am curious to dabble into both sides of the system divide for Destiny here. Now, I'll be 100% honest with you. This is actually post-commentary. I normally record everything live, but this one was so late at night, my throat was like literally burning because I coach basketball and I record videos and my voice just gets a lot of overuse. So I've been on the throat comfort tea regimen and I'm trying to get myself keep myself, I guess, rather in good shape. Things are going pretty well now, as you can hear, but we are exploring. What is this green giant tower? I almost wonder if in the beta some of these areas are not as dense as they would be, or at least I hope there's more density, because like this seems like a really cool area to have a battle or something, or I don't know, maybe to do a side mission. There's nothing around here. Hello? At first I thought this was a chest, and I was like, is this a chest? But no. Alas, it is not. I hear a lot of guys, though. So around the corner, we will run into some acolytes who are already damaged, meaning there is a crossfire battle happening. And this is actually an area... Ooh, a wizard. Moon wizard, what's up? This is actually an area from the Sepix Prime strike mission where you are preparing to fight the big bad circle at the end of the level, but here we're exploring in free roam. So to me, this signifies that all the areas you see in the strike missions are actually going to take place or exist in free roam as well, which is kind of cool, so that those areas you could just mess around in if you really enjoy them. Hello? Anyone around here? Friends, foes, vermin, cookies, donuts, raisinets, pretty girls, ugly grandpas, kind grandpas, cool grandpas, beautiful grandpas, and it just turns out that there's some crystals and a creepy tunnel. What in the world? Giant worm? What went through here? Who carved this out? This is the most unique environment we've seen yet in the beta. All of a sudden, we're deep within caverns beneath the surface. The grottos, okay. We've got... What? No damage dealt? Look at that wizard. He looks the same as his level 8 brethren, but he apparently is much more difficult. Got those laser arms, and he's resistant to all of my fire. So this tells me that they did not want you to go here. This is like the end of the line for the beta. Do not pass go. Do not collect $100. Be escorted to jail by an old man wearing a monocle. Alright, so we cannot get through there. That's just, they're immune and resistant to bullets, apparently. I don't know what we have to shoot them with. Blueberry muffins? Come on now, what's going to happen in here? So we'll leave. Clearly not welcome. Back to the refinery. We head off. Oh, I've got so many thoughts about Destiny. One of them is with these respawn timers. Are you going to get tired of fighting the same foes over and over? There's an area... Ooh, a fallen ghost. Hello there, sir. Gather that Grimoire card. Bye! Why doesn't he stay and talk? We could have coffee or something. Nah. But with these respawn timers, are you going to get tired of these areas? I guess it depends how many areas there are. Another question I have is, I did not know that the level cap was only level 20. And Bungie has said, hey, our focus is on gear, our focus is on loot. Well, that's good and all, but what keeps me playing against waves of the same enemies, what keeps me playing against respawning foes, is if I'm gaining experience and leveling up and gaining skills. And basically, I'm level 6 in this beta through only a couple of missions, like what, 4 missions? And we're level 6, so what is level 20 going to be? I mean, obviously it's going to require more XP the farther we go, that's just common sense, but to get to level 20, that's not like 100 missions, that sounds more like 20 missions, which has me a little bit concerned about the length of the campaign in this game. You know, I know there's an extreme focus on the strikes and on free roam, but I love the missions, and I really hope there's a lot of them. I'm not going to make judgment one way or another because we don't know, and Bungie seems to be keeping everything still tight to their chest in terms of where, you know, all the content is, and what it all is, what's up, what's going on. So we'll have to find out, but that's definitely my biggest concern right now, is how much meat and bones is actually here. Not just potatoes, but meat and bones, because the potatoes are pretty good. Run around, kill guys, but just constantly respawning enemies. Ooh, nice knife shot. That's not going to be fun for long. I'm not one for repetition. I don't like to run through rat mazes, and I hope that there's a little more variety within the main game. But if there's many areas, Chicago, Europe, Old Russia, that'll be sweet. And then there'll be many places for us to explore. So it's just weird with the beta. You don't really know if this is the true, like, is this just genuinely pulled out of retail code and here it is, a chunk? Or did they craft this beta? Are the areas even put together in the same way? I don't know. But it looks like we've reached a brand new area, the Blast. But it turns out that this area, as you can see by that big robotic aardvark over there, this is the area from Sebix Prime, the mini-boss fight before you get to Sebix Prime. So again, confirming my theory in actuality that yes, all of the strike mission areas are most likely within the game. I kind of, in some ways though, I kind of wish that they were, you know, separate locations. It would just build up the content pool that is within Destiny. So I don't know, like I guess I love the mechanics of Destiny, the ideas of Destiny. I'm just not sure how the execution is. But enough of that. We'll talk about that in my review video. Right now, we got to fight these guys off and progress our way to 7. We're at 6. I got some heavy weapon ammo, which is great, because that gun, it must be just because of the fire ammo. It tears through people, and I think I'll be using it a little bit later on. This is a pretty tough area, just because these guys had great cover, and were all kind of pursuing me from the same direction, so I really had to watch my health. Make sure I didn't get too shot up and spot up. You can see those spots appear on my screen as I get damaged. It's like someone threw dirt on my face, adding insult to injury. And that's a literal statement, because it's insulting to have your screen covered in goo when you're injured like that. You'll also notice these doors, and I've now seen about 4 or 5 of them that have like darkness swirls in them right there. I don't know if these doors are blocked off for the beta, or if that's just their way of an invisible wall. It's sort of tough to tell. If it was just an invisible wall, why not just place a true door there and just have it be locked off? Why have an opening? Ouch. That was a freaking inaccurate. That was like a left-handed pitcher throwing right-handed or something. That did not go where I planned it to go. But what I'm saying is, why have those black swirly doors unless you plan at some point for someone to go through them? Why have an invisible, why not just put a real door there? So that's something to keep an eye out for. I'm just finding all these little nuances that are intriguing, and I just really want to know all the answers, and I don't know that we will until September 9th, because Bungie doesn't really seem to like to reveal all. We're kind of left in the mud, but it's a very fun mud. I like rolling around in it. Destiny is quite the game so far, and a lot of people, the general reception seems to be really great, so I am super excited. Let's Sparrow out of here. I don't think we really need to be here. Fighting that guy, probably bad news, but I'm going to try and get behind him. Let's see if we can enter Sebix Prime's lair, if that's possible within the free roam here. Can we get there? Can we get there? Boost it, boost it. Oh, this is a bad idea. Well, the gate is locked, and all those guys say hello, happy birthday, kisses for Ghost Robo. I don't want them, though. They're acidic and gross, and they make my cheeks peel. So there's no missions around here. And again, I don't know. I have to imagine that these side missions are going to be better spread around. Otherwise, what the heck is the point of exploring? Just go to the main 2 areas. So, I don't know. We're just, I've said I don't know like 8 times, and I really don't know. But we're back here in the refinery, and we're going to try and get back to some missions, even though a lot of these guys say, hey, you're walking through my house again, I'm going to shoot you. I don't want that to be the case. Come on. Oh, that hurts. That hurts. I'm going to hide behind these crates here. Shooting star, near or far, grant me love. I'm getting choked up. It's touching. Seriously, though, who put the freaking... What is in the back of my throat? My eyes are watering right now. It's like the dirt on the screen got stuck in my larynx. Okay, let's get the heck out of here. We need to move. Get out of here, you dregs. I don't care who you're fighting. I'm going to steal your XP. 25 points. Again, I like this gun. Although, snipers and fire sometimes are more fun. Watch how this just rips through, guys. Boom. A couple shots, and they're out. I will supercharge up. We're going to get some shots on this wizard here. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Well, he got that last ooh. I got 2 oohs. He got 1 ooh. So I'm still technically in the lead. But yeah. And now we come back here, and these guys are respawned. So it's a lot of repetition. It's kind of like Groundhog Day or The Truman Show. We're just living in a perpetual loop. I would hope that, you know, moving from missions to strike missions to multiplayer would sort of cure the malaise of this, but I don't really want to fight the same Dragon Captain over and over again. You know what I'm saying? They're delicious the first time, but by the time you're stuffed with Dreg Blood and Vandal Hearts and Captain Capes, you know, you're kind of sick of them. But we'll take these guys out just for the sake of progression. And yeah, what do you guys think about 20 levels? Let me know in the comments below. Does that seem like too little to you? You know, obviously they're going to have expansions, and maybe those expansions will up the cap. That would seem like a thing to do, sort of like WoW. But also remember that WoW's initial cap was 50 as we pick up an encrypted engram. WoW's initial cap was 50, and that's a lot of levels to go through. So 20 gear is cool, but we're not. It's not like we're picking up guns. You know, in Borderlands, sometimes you get guns that they fire 6 rockets at once, and all of a sudden this gun has a crazy eyeball that shoots lasers out of it. That's not the case. Like, these guns are different, and they're cool, and it fits a more, I don't know, as realistic as you can call this, a more realistic structure. But I'm not sure that I really care that much about the gear as much as I would care about the different upgrades, because the gear isn't totally crazy. There's another one of those darkness doors that I don't know what it eventually will lead to. Okay, I gotta get back. I'm like a little bit off track here. Like, where am I going? Where's the little blue tree? Come on, backpack, lead the way. Another engram for a sniper. Have to hit up the tower when the beta gets back online. Look at that. Wizard goes down in seriously just a couple of bursts with this freaking hot rifle. It is hot. It is too hot for these guys to handle. I barely know how I'm holding it. But we manage, and we move on. We're going to get back to the main area here. Kind of an extended gameplay video for you all. Because I was just, like I said, just going through before the beta got removed, wanted to pick up some footage, so we didn't have to go 2 full days with no Destiny. And we're going to head back to the main area and grab some side missions, back to this cool green zone that I really like, but that doesn't really have anything in it. Here's some guys screaming in the distance. It's a little bit disconcerting. Alright. So, we'll move back through the initial area of the refinery, fire some sniper shots, hit him in the legs! Grenade out, and we got thralls coming at us. I think we thinned out some of their health there. Ooh. Get going, baby. Yeah, this gun is just so super good. I love it. Look at my shadow. Great lighting. I was showing this game off to one of my friends who was in town. Haven't seen him in a long time, and he doesn't have a next-gen console. He was really impressed with the visuals. I know some people have kind of been like, Destiny, but I think Destiny looks real pretty on next-gen. It's got not only high fidelity, but also a really nice art style that complements its more intense graphics. You know, it's one thing to have really pretty graphics, but you need a visionary set of art to really push those graphics forward. And sometimes better art can even supersede better visuals. And here I think the art is really, really nice, and it's crispy and it looks pretty. So I'm happy with what they got going on. This is the fight that I've done literally like 15 times. This one here. Goofy one. I don't really like this fight. These 2 knights are kind of a pain in the neck. But we got a sweep and clear mission, which is basically kill guys. That's kind of most of these missions are just giving you structure to fit in with your, you know, your otherwise self-driven actions. But I do like XP, and so we are going to go through with this and gather as much as we can. I like this area too. It kind of reminds me of a supermarket or something. I think there's a chest back there. Ooh, loot crate, feed me up. Good find. Got some Forester boots and some glimmer. which sounds like something Edward would put on himself in Twilight, but alas, here it's currency. So let's swap out our boots here. Didn't even use the ones we just found, but some other ones actually that were better. And this gives us a chance to kind of check out our armor and make sure we're utilizing the best gear that we possibly have. It seems like we maybe are. Yeah, the reason that I'm not using the 31 is because I get a strength plus 9 bonus with the Jaguar 2.1 versus 2.11. So my Sargon is good. I've got that engram encrypted rifle I can't use right now, but let's go shoddy for a little bit. I'll stick with that that semi-auto that's just working nice. Blade Dancer 15, not going to get there in this beta. But level 15, I mean, that's what, 75% of the level cap? I thought that would be like a beginner class, but actually, it's not. I keep thinking that there's a way to progress forward in this sector. It just seems like there is, because, look, we'll go through these doors up here, and you're going to see that there clearly is area, but maybe this is accessible, King's Watch, in the full game, or maybe we've actually been through there and just don't realize it. It connects at a different point in the game. I don't know. What's up, Skelly? Eat your heart out, my heart, your heart. Knives, whatever. I don't know. What are we doing? What are we doing? Shadows in supermarkets. I need some food. Where do the Guardians eat? Where do they get their nutrition? Is it just put into their masks via IVs, or what's going on? We got to get some more enemies killed to finish this dang thing up. So I know where we can find some. Our favorite pit of respawn. Down here. What do you know? Look who's back. The Knight. What's up? And this gun works through him real nicely when you get those headshots going on. His friend spawns in. They're bombing away. I don't know who they think we are, but we'll take him. I don't know if you looked in there, but it looked like I got a lot of XP for killing that guy, so it must have been some accomplishment or some challenge complete. Because normally I just get 25, but that time it looked like it said a lot more, unless the game was just wrong. I don't know. To me, it looked like it said like 2,500. So it must have just been an error. Let's super soak ourselves up and shoot this guy Nerf style. 2 orbs of light generated, nobody around to suck him up. So it's alright. We'll just take it and go. We are at 53% enemy kill capacity. We gotta go fill up that capacity with a couple more. Can we get him? Shotgun time. Lock and load. Welcome to me. Errant first shot. Great second. 25. Boom. 1 and 2. Look at those numbers flying off like this is some sort of math contest. What do you guys like math-wise? Algebra, pre-calculus, calculus A, B, BC, multivariable. That's where I stopped. My senior year of high school, I took multivariable calculus. My basically 4th year of high school calculus. I went pre-calc, calc AB, calc BC, multivariable. And by that point, I was like, this math is so useless, I don't even care. But, you know, I took the class anyways. It looked good on my report. Again, they've respawned already. You fools, what are you doing? Eat my knives. So I'm liking the Hunter class a lot. The Warlock class is cool, but something about the Hunter class and its enhanced melee makes me really happy. Maybe I'll try out Titan, just for the fun of it, and see what that does once we reach level cap here in a little bit. Because, you know, why not? I want to know so I can pick my ideal first starting class when the full game comes out. Come on, Nightman. I know you got a lot of health. I know you got a lot of problems. Let's just give him some love taps with our fiery weapon. Uh-oh. Cancel the reload. Jump, turn, and Master Blaster. Get out of here. And just like that, he sits down. 88%. We are one. Oh, we picked up some more armor off him. Although it looks like it's going to be another Forester and probably useless. I wonder if each planet, each zone has their own loot, or if loot is totally randomized across the board. Does anyone know that?
Well, I think you got your point across. I'll alert the tower as well.
Alert the tower. Does anyone know if loot is like environmental based or if it's just random? I don't know. My guess is that there's not all the loot in the full game in the beta. That would be silly. So you can probably get a wider variety. Let's go find one more mission before we wrap things up. What is this one over here? A green mission. Soylent's green. Oh, it's blue actually. It's blue with a green reflection or something. That's silly. Reload that shotgun, grab that mission.
Guardians, we are looking into something dark stirring near this location.
Ooh.
For your ghost.
For your ghost? What does that even mean? Is that like for your health? Stephen Brule? For your ghost? I don't know. But that tree was not helpful. Get out of there, tree! How can my sparrow not run over a tree? It can run over enemies, but not a tree. Dark at the end of the tunnel. I wonder if this is going to take us back to those creepy grotto tunnels. Ariel's grotto. You ever say a word so many times in your head that it starts to sound ridiculous? Man, I don't know. That's kind of how I am. Here we go. Thralls at our feet. Make them turn into creepy dust balls. Look at these guys. When you get them, they just disintegrate instantly. It's like, what are you made out of? Soup? Who filled you up? Silly boys and girls. Although I don't know if these acolytes are boys and girls or asexual creatures or robots. I'm supercharged though, so that's all that matters to me. We'll continue to follow these waypoints as it pulls us farther and farther away. I bet we're going back to those caves. I just have this feeling. Entrance mapped. I bet we're going to map the entrance to those dangerous caves. Maybe that isn't for the beta. Maybe those guys do have something special about them that later in the game you have to uncover or decrypt, or I don't know. But it's just weird that they're totally immune to bullets. I know people are, you know, resistant to certain things. Fire, electricity, water, you know, smart choices, stuff like that. But resistant to all bullets? Really now? That seems crazy. Ouch. I'm in trouble. One shot, one kill with that golden gun. Headshot of heavenly fire rains down upon that dark man's desire and erupts into an instant kill. That was pretty sweet. Alright. We're almost there. Let's leave these guys be. Or not. Ghost, what are you doing? Leave them be. I said leave them be. It's like he has a mind of his own. Who's controlling this game? Is it me? My guardian is taking on a life of their own. Alright. Post commentary. That's what happens. Another missed wall. Are those all just going to be there in the game? Why are they there? I need to talk to the lore master and ask about Black Fog Gates. Is this Dark Souls? What's going on? Alright, killing a lot of dregs. And, yeah, we are heading straight back down to this Crystal Cove. And we'll map it up. We just got to stand here. We got to die. Okay, I think we... No? Yes? Let's go back there. We'll wrap up here, guys and girls. Thank you so much for watching. Show it some love. Hit that like button if you enjoyed and want more Destiny. I'll bring it to you. I'm very excited to pursue my purpose and my destiny within Destiny with you guys. Thank you so much. Fantastic day. Hope you enjoyed.
Nobody wins a war without intelligence. Then again, the Fallen have gotten pretty far without any.
Oh, good point. What's next is I'm going to wish you guys a great day. Drink some hot chocolate. Thanks again. Until next time, we will see you all later.